Hello and welcome, collective. Welcome to my channel. This is the Lust Loop, created for those going through the karmic connections, soul contracts, what Steve Love Tarot calls it, soulmate cycle, something along those lines. But you know, you can pick up what I'm throwing down. If you're here, it's for a reason. If you're here, you know. Now, this is a general timeless reading. Please use discernment. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Okay? And hopefully, you'll take something away from this. If not, you'll just listen to me kind of tell my story if it falls in line with the cards. Now, quick tidbit here. I learned tarot by watching tarot. I started to do my own tarot because I needed confirmation. I needed to see that, you know, the cards that these readers were pulling were popping out for me too. Like, that it wasn't just this whole, like, scam. And my cards pretty much always, sadly, line up with them. You know, and even if it's not the exact same cards, and sometimes it has been, it is the energy. Like, so it's a couple different combinations equal what they are speaking on, right? You may read cards. You may have taken it upon yourself as well to learn. Because, I mean, tarot gets a bad rap, right? By a lot of people. To me, at this point in my life, you can't tell me it's not real. There's nothing. If you haven't done it and you haven't followed it and you haven't figured, like, you haven't witnessed not only the patterns of a cycle, but you haven't experimented with it, then don't even talk to me about it, because you're not going to sway me, and you just can't. I've had too many things come to fruition. The most latest one blew my mind. Blew my mind. Sorry if my camera shakes. It's sitting on my table, so just kind of in the breaks. So, at the bottom here we have, this is good, karmic clownness. Yep, that was a lesson, not a soulmate. Take the L and upgrade your type. So that's before we're even, like, getting started. You're dealing with a clown, most likely. Somebody you have, at one point in time, been in a relationship with, right? And if it's karmic, that means it's hard to break free from. You can't prove anything to them. They're never going to see it your way. They will continue to fight with you, to disprove you, to make you question yourself, to make you doubt yourself, right? All right, Spirit. What do we have for the collective? What's the energy? Strong spiritual protection surrounds you. So that's good to know, because right now, the attacks are heavy. The attacks are strong. This darkness that is taking over the world, it feels like, is coming at us heavy. But you are protected. You're getting sent contact me spells from the X. Not any X, the X that we are not in question, but that we're speaking on. Excuse me. Can I get something else here, please? And thank you. Oh. Trying to lead you off track. Do the opposite. These cards came out together, so they go together. Why are they trying to lead you off track? Well, they're trying to cover up a murder. First time I got that card, it was hard for me to believe. I've had numerous readings since then in different ways where I was not expecting it, where that story keeps coming out. Trust it's all working out. Pinky promise. So the underline there. All right, let me get something else here. Oh my goodness. Not even gonna say it. So that goes together. Man. It's all working out. One more. Please and thank you. Path to knowledge. You are journeying into the realm of knowledge to assist in your personal growth. It's trust still on the bottom here. We have the overarching of this layer of the reading is bad karma for messing with you. So they don't get that. They don't see that. They don't think that it's even possible because they've all been winning for a very long time. These are the good old boys, you could say. Kind of something here with strong spiritual protection. Sleeper cell, beware. We'll get more on that. You have strong spiritual protection because there's a sleeper cell around you. Now, it could be them, could be other people, hell, maybe even yourself. They may have gotten into a certain part of you that you're still able to handle. Like, you can remove it if that's the case. But it's going to be a battle. You're going to have to fight. Trying to lead you off track, do the opposite, and trying to cover up a murder. Let's get something for that. It sucks to have to even have this stuff cross your mind, because if it's an ex, I mean, I'm sure people have family that's involved in these karmic cycles for sure. Family turning their backs on them. But it's most likely somebody you loved and somebody you cared for. So to even try to picture, not even picture, but oh my God, process that statement is a lot. It's heavy. And then that's like burdening you in a way. Like we can process it and then we move on. Make sure you're doing that. No one ever tells you that bravery feels like fear. It's on the bottom here. All right. Clarification on this one. Please and thank you. Attack. They're attacking your psyche. They're going to make you feel crazy. The extent of what they will do. I hate to say it's even shocking, because at this point I'm used to it. I know how far my ex will go to mentally manipulate me and do whatever he can to get me to submit to him in a way through his gaslighting. We're gonna leave it there for a minute. Pass the knowledge. Can I get something for that, please? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. They didn't know. They were definitely playing games. Your your knowing, your knowledge that you attain through this journey enabled you to see the games, right? And it just goes to like the audacity. So you've had to put your foot down. You've had to become not necessarily aggressive, but standoffish maybe. 7 of Wands-ish. Coming to start a fight. And that's why. You know it. You feel it. And you cannot. I repeat, you cannot let those walls down. You can't let... I wouldn't even fight with them. I wouldn't even entertain it. Ignore it. Don't answer the door. Strong spiritual protection surrounds you and sleeper cell. Beware. What's that about, Spirit? Possessed. I think that's them. I mean, I think we're all a little possessed in different ways. I think we are the vessel, right? Spirits come and spirits go. But there's something a little different about possession. If you know, you know. If you've looked into it, you know. Dance is one of the deepest meditations possible. You should dance. I was just thinking about it before I started this reading. Swear to God. I should dance. In here by myself. Why? Because I can. It says, Bish, you better listen. Sincerely, your intuition. Alright, let's get some here for the second row. Rico Suave knows how to finesse anyone. So you're dealing with a real Don Juan. Rico Suave. Da-de-da-de-da-da. Claims you're always playing the victim knowing they victimized you. And then they're the victim, right? They're narcissists. I mean, there's nothing else you can really say on it. If you don't know, you should really look into it, because it'll tell you a lot about what's going on and why you may feel crazy. Because you're probably not. Dirty official. So, spiritually, this person has a high ranking. He's a person, an energy, the essence of authority. And they've been paid, and they went bad, and they went dark, like, just even that whole concept, like, it's everywhere. All we can do is shine our light. We can't let it overcome us, and we can't let it dim our light, either. Living a double life. They show up to you one way, and as soon as they are out the door, out of your sights, they are a different person. You are an amazing mother. Father, if you're a dude. Something here with this fourth row. Okay. Helping hand. The universe is helping you find something you need that will lead you to the next step. And that came out with trying to block trauma you are meant to heal by making new trauma. So they know. And they're still trying to fuck with you. All you're trying to do is heal, but there's something big in that. They were making you a slave, sex, drugs, and trauma. You know, that's how, it's basically how I wouldn't say all Stockholm Syndrome scenarios are created, but it's that kind of thing. You know, some type of, well, how would I call it? Like, a big moment where you feel like you're losing everything, or you lose everything. And they come, and they save you in a sense, right? And you have no idea that they're the ones who plotted it. They're the ones who planned you losing everything. So you fall in love with your abuser. I have a whole story about that. He wasn't my ex at this time. This was before we were married. I was seeing somebody. We had a summer type of romance thing. I really cared about him, but he didn't want to be a couple. He had a quote-unquote baby mom, and I did my best to move on, we'll say. He knew I had a boyfriend. He knew I was living with him. And through these different avenues, sex and drugs and trauma, primarily sex and drugs at that point, I believe he called me in. I believe he got in my head. Now, granted, I made the phone call and called him. I told him to come over to my neighbors across the street so I could see him. But I do believe there was some foul play in that. I believe he totally had a hand in it, spiritually. Maybe even physically, maybe even here in this reality. And then when I lost everything, because we got busted by my guy at that time, he didn't take me in. I was homeless. He was too worried about what his family thought and this and that, and wouldn't even take any, he wouldn't take any of the blame for years. Years. He just now has gotten to the point where he might kind of take a little bit of it, but no, I believe there's way more than what meets the eye in terms of like how it was kind of brought together that moment. And I lived in a shelter, and I got my own apartment, and right as I was starting to like build my energy back up, he came back in. And that's when he really hooked me. But, you know, even though he wasn't my savior in that moment, you know, I had to get myself out of the shelter. He still came in while I was in this apartment and let me use his extra car. You know, he'd buy me things, love bombing and all this stuff. And like, I fell in love with him. And I look back now, and I still wouldn't have had any idea at that point in time when we were together that this was how it was going to go, or that that's who he was. Because it's coming to light that basically these people, they never really loved us. And that's hard to process. That's hard to accept fully. I'm in the process of processing and accepting all that. Because, man, he put on a good show. He put on a really good show. So, a little bit about me. Hope that doesn't bother you, but I feel like I'm supposed to share these stories. Do not trust them. Overarching energy. Don't do it. They're going to come in, Rico Suave. They're going to try and talk to you. They're going to try to swoon you. Question is, what do they want? I wouldn't ask it, though. I either wouldn't answer the door, wouldn't answer the phone. Pretend, I almost want to say pretend they never existed. And work on the self-forgiveness part of all of this for, like, allowing yourself to go through the relationship as long as you did. The situationship, excuse me. Because they're never going to tell you the truth. Some of the cards, some of the readings right now are saying that they will. I have a hard time. I don't hold on to hope in that. I'm going to keep moving forward. Because I've been holding on to hope for a long time with him. And that's got me nowhere. Yeah. All right. That's going to be the reading right now. You know, even if this doesn't give information where it's like, okay, now I know what to do. Don't answer the door or phone. Hopefully, if you do have similar or have had similar experiences, or you have the karmic ex and you're relating to this, hopefully you just know that you're not alone. This is a part of a process. And even though you're not alone, please believe that only a select few get as far as we've gotten. You should be proud of yourself. All right. Good luck. Stand strong. I'll see you in the next one.